Okay, so hair. Horses have a lot of hair, but the hair I'm really focusing on is going to be the hair, the big long hair, the mane, the forelock at the front of the horse, the fetlock right down here, the tail. Um, that's the big part. What we want to use to clean those out or to, is some sort of a brush. They're all different kinds of brushes. I actually like this kind of brush with the handle. It's got nice big stiff guys, and I don't know, these work pretty well. There's also another kind of brush that's wood that I like. I don't know. You'll find your own, but in general, look for something that's big and sturdy and won't bend or break. All right. So here we go. Everybody's different, of course, how they do this, but what I find works best with detangling a mane is starting at the bottom and working my way up. All right. So I start down here and work my way up. By the time I get to the top, I can pull it all the way through the mane, right? Whereas if I just start at the top and pull it through, it's really hard to get through and I pull out a lot of hair. Then you'll have a bald horse, and who wants a bald horse? So start at the bottom, slowly work your way up until you get to the top. And eventually you'll get through, you know, the whole mane. You gotta do all of that. Don't forget the other side. And then with the forelock, it's the same thing. But you gotta be a little careful bringing this big brush up by their face. Sometimes they get scared. So, you know, just come in nice and easy. There you go. And then just sort of slowly work your way up. Again, same thing, nice and low and up. The tail's a little bit different. Because the tail is near those big, scary back legs, I like to stay off to the side a little bit, just in case they get a little upset about it. So if you stand to the side of your horse and bring the tail over to you, find it to be a little safer. Well, once again, instead of starting at the top and pulling all the way down through, if you start at the bottom and just kind of work on a little patch, and you see all those like little dreads in there, you can kind of get those dreads going out, and then slowly working your way up the tail. But, you know, it's one of these things you got to let it take as much time as it's going to need it to take. It's not, you know, like this tail hasn't been brushed out in a while. It's going to take quite a while to get all this untangled. So, start low, and slowly, and eventually you'll get up through the top. These fetlocks, they can get kind of gummed up with stuff. Nothing really fancy about that, but just, you know, I just run my brush through them and eventually get them trimmed. Some of them are a little bit longer and you got to go around the hoof. Just be a little careful once again being around the feet. Keep an eye out, make sure they're not starting to get agitated about to lift their foot to kick or something like that. So that's pretty much it. Hair.